Mental health is a very difficult topic. It hasn't been an easy conversation for me, even when I started talking about it. People were shocked to say, "Oh, is that what you want to do? You want to do mental health? It doesn't seem exciting. It looks like a boring, you know, avenue to take, especially for a young woman like me." People think, when you put on makeup and put on high heels, you're like flying on top of the world. You don't have your own issues. So they tend to wonder where from this. So I myself have suffered mental health. And what I like to classify is that mental health is actually not a disease. It's just a diversity. So when we talk about being sick, it's not all mental issues that actually, put your body, physically in a way where you're not able to function, but it's just a way of life for certain people. And when we talk about neurodiversity, our brain is actually wired differently. That's why we behave differently. And once we understand how we behave, we easily are able to create a community where everybody lives and enjoy themselves without the fear of being stigmatized. Once I accepted this, I knew that I wasn't alone, that I was from a family, and if I suffered this, then definitely other people are suffering from it. And if I don't talk about it, then how would people talk about it? So once I started talking about it, I realized that I am not the only one who actually have issues, that a lot of people have issues that don't know who to talk to. And it becomes difficult when you are in an environment where you feel people are judging you from their own shoes. And so if you don't behave like them, how are they going to understand you? There are a lot of spectrums. And as a mother, you know your child more than any physician or medical practitioner would. You see the symptoms. I know we are all in denial, especially as mothers when it comes to our children. We don't want to admit that our children has an issue, a child has an issue, so we tend to be in denial. But denying never takes the problem away. Accepting it is the only way that you can actually get a solution to the problem. And a lot of these issues can be resolved with just microdosing of medication or some kind of a cognitive therapy. And for the adult here, we don't outgrow our mental health. It doesn't matter how old you are. Life can take its toll on you. And as women, it becomes a bit difficult for us, especially with, I'll say with people women that are older than me, menopause can be like a very daunting experience. Some people experience it different from others. So at that stage, it's very difficult for them to explain it. And we would all see it in our mothers. And once we learn what the symptoms are, we would understand our mothers and know how to manage them. And also for the older society, people above the age of 70, they suffer a lot from Alzheimer's. Sometimes the brain is not working as it should be. They remember things that happened 50 years ago, but they can't remember what they just ate this morning. And sometimes it's difficult for the caretakers, so we also want to tackle that. And then finally, I want to say thank you to everyone that has had a family member, a friend, suffer from any mental health disorder that has been there to support them. It's not easy for them, but it's especially not easy for you, the mothers, the fathers, the community that we have to come together to support these people. Imagine if life is difficult for me and you, and we are considered normal. Imagine how it is for people who were born, then they have no idea what's going on in the world. They have no idea how to take care of themselves. They have no idea how to even be able to read and write because they were born with a brain that doesn't allow them to do that. So we want to say a big thank you to everybody. If I'm going to talk, I'm just going to keep talking for hours. But this is very dear to my heart. And we hope to do this every year. We hope to be able to reach out the communities as the year goes by And to all our volunteers, we want to say a very big thank you. This is just the beginning of the journey.